Hey, everybody, and welcome to the RISC-V International Series, RISC-V In5, where we try and cover a topic in about 5 minutes. I'm Greg Sterling, and today I want to talk to you about using Balena Etcher in order to write a operating system image, in particular Fedora, so that I can get it working on my DC ROMA Laptop 2. We have this DC ROMA Laptop 2 here, and I've got a micro SD card and an SD card adapter. The DC ROMA Laptop 2 actually boots really quite easily off of a micro SD card. You can see here the SD adapter is too big, but if I switch it over and just pull it out of the adapter, we can see the micro SD fits in here just fine. So it will boot off of this without any problem. Let's move over to the balenaetcher.org. So if you go to etcher.balena.io, you're going to see this web page. This is the application that I'm going to suggest using. If you click the download Etcher button, it's going to scroll down. You can see that it has a installer for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. So any of these should work just fine. If you want, it's not too hard. In my case, I've got a Mac OS ARM64. I'm going to click download here. Actually, I've already downloaded it. I've got the file downloaded here. Just click on it, get it installed. And then to show you just what it looks like real quick, once you're actually using it, you're going to go flash from file. So you're going to pick your file. You're going to select your target, which is the SD card that I've got here. And then we've got flash, which is actually going to go do it. Now, in order to get the image, in this case, because I said we're going to do Fedora, we're going to go to the images.fedoravforce.org. And this has a whole bunch of RISC-V compatible images for RISC-V systems. In my case, the DC ROMA Laptop 2 is a SpaceMit. So, I guess I don't need to open this up, but just links to SpaceMit. But if I go to SpaceMit, it's a K1M1 chip. And if I go to DC ROMA 2 and click on that, here's the little guy here in image form. And we can see that there's 3 different images. We have a Deep Computing Special Edition. We've got a SpaceMit K1 that is using the workstation, and then we've got the Fedora XFCE desktop version. So depending on what you want to do, you can download any of these. I have actually already downloaded the Deep Computing Special Edition, and once I've downloaded it, I ended up with this .gz file. This is the actual image and what we need to get written to the SD card. So with all that said, I'm going to put the SD card into my system. We're going to switch over to Balena Etcher here. And I'm going to say from file, and we're going to go pick the Fedora GNOME 41 Roma Laptop 2.raw file. You can see here it's 17.71 gigs. We need to make sure our SD card has space larger than that. So in this case, my SD card is a 32 gigabyte SD card and will have plenty of space. This probably will fail if you try to write it on a 16 gigabyte card, and it will absolutely fail if you try and write this onto something smaller like an 8, 4, or 1 gigabyte card. So in this case, I would say, 32 gigabyte cards going to be completely fine. So I'm going to click open, and then from here, we say select target. And a nice thing that Balena Etcher does is it makes sure to hide anything like your system drive that you don't want to actually write to. So it knows that the Apple SDXC reader media is the slot that I inserted for the SD card, and it's not showing me anything else. But if I do happen to want to see what's here, it's telling me I've got my two of the drives are being shown as system drives, and they're locked, and it won't let me use them. So for 2 reasons. One, this is where the raw file is actually located, so source drive, and the system drive here is just saying it is something that you need for your system. So I'm going to ignore those. The danger exclamation, don't click on them. I'm just going to click on the Apple SDXC reader media, hit select, and so we've got our source, our destination, and I just need to click flash. So once I click flash, it's going to ask me for my password. With that typed in, I click OK, and it will then begin doing the etching. Once it's done, it will unmount the drive traditionally, so you should be able to just take the card out and go stick it into another computer. If you have any questions, comments, or anything else you'd just like to know, feel free to drop anything in the comments. Thanks for stopping by. Keep having fun, keep learning about RISC-V, and have a great day.